The subway system in Manhattan, part of the experience here in New York. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Ball.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, "I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion." Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. 2 struggling teams with frustrated players. Brent, when you were playing, did you have any kind of trick for kind of getting out of that malaise, that trough?
Sometimes for individuals, you have things that you've gone to in the past, whether it was through your high school career or your collegiate career. The interesting thing about a team dynamic, Kevin, is how do you do it collectively? And so the best way is to try to find something that you can do to step away from the game, get your mind onto something else, try to normalize an experience throughout the year.
Like what? I mean, give me an example.
Well, maybe something where your team goes out to go see a movie together, or on the road, you go somewhere to a museum, or I know it sounds silly, but any time that you have that kind of away experience and you come back in, the perspective on the next game changes maybe just enough for you guys to recover.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram is out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Favors in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for New York, they've got Taj Gibson. Marcus Morris is out there with Randall. Then there's Payton, and it's Barrett at the 2 spot. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Holiday looking over the floor. Four on the shot clock. And then Favors with the dunk.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding of how to get the ball to an open teammate.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Ball against Payton. Pass to Barrett. Fires for 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Ingram dishes the ball, and the call will be against Julius Randall. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Ball finds Redick. And here's Holiday. No good on that one. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Payton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
No good on that one.
Well, injury is such a reoccurring theme for the Pelicans in the past couple seasons. Funny to hear Alvin Gentry even joke about consulting a witch doctor down there in the Bayou. But new athletic trainer coming in, hired away from the Phoenix Suns. They have a tremendous and have had a tremendous reputation, hoping to improve their health of all these young players.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And the training staff from the Suns had an outstanding track record over the years.
The envy of a lot of teams in the NBA as they were able to extend the careers of players like Steve Nash and Grant Hill, 2 all-time greats. And They set a trend in some of the biometric tracking that they do and looking for early signs of impending problems. All about preventative medicine, Kevin, to have players be at their best.
And here is Payton following the three from Drew Holiday. Missed inside. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Ingram against Randall. And that one's good. Ingram.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Here's Payton. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. New Orleans in the lead. And the wide open shot from Redick. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
One of the best at moving without the ball. Catch and shoot opportunity for J.J. Redick.
Payton against Ball. Payton passes to Morris. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Now here's Ingram. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. A second chance effort. He lays it in. Ingram's got his second basket.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's been a great start for him.
Payton against Ball. Morris inside. Misses off the right iron. On offense, here are the Pelicans. A big stretch here going 10-2. Here's Holiday. Great D that time from Gibson.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And it's good, 2 points.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
Lobs it up there for Ingram. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. It's a 5-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow and closing out the shooters, and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Now Ball. After the missed 3 from Elfrid Payton. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. Gibson the bounce pass. Here's Randall. The shot that time, not on target. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Yeah, they matched up very evenly, and that's not a compliment to either side. Last season was a struggle for both squads, and now they're each looking to turn the corner.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Julius Randle.
Now, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Here's Barrett. Barrett, it's good on the putback. Barrett's got 5 now.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Holiday finds Ingram. Back to Holiday. Over Barrett. Again, the Pelicans score.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Knicks trail by 7.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
Now, here's Ball. After the miss from Elfrid Payton. Back to Ingram. Shot from 16. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist on the night. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
So much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
So New York ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. Williams comes in for J.J. Redick. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And it's Jackson in for Ball. And the pass to Robinson. Here's Knox. Over Williams. And the basket by Knox.
This will help to open up some space if Kevin Knox can stay consistent from that mid-range.
Passes it to Hayes. Ingram outside. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the Pelicans score.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Knox. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Pass to Ntilikina. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Hayes.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
One shot.
And that one misses. Long season, Brent, halfway through. Some teams try to create camaraderie with team dinners and team trips, and I would think that would help.
Well, that helps with your personal savings. You're not spending.
Absolutely,
You're not spending your per diem.
No per diem spend.
Well, there's a tremendous article that was written last year about what it is that Greg Popovich created in San Antonio. Funny thing, when that article came out about the Spurs dinner culture, I had people that were calling me up going, "You should read this," and I said, "Read it. I lived it."
Are
you kidding me? But absolutely, time like that, time where you have conversation, time in front of one another, where you learn about. Hopefully you're learning about the vulnerabilities of your teammate, because in the end, that's what ends up making you stronger. So I think those kind of things help immensely.
He gets it in there.
A little mid-ranger is going to be an easy shot for him when he's got that much of a size advantage.
Here's Hart. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. They trail by 11. Pass to Knox. Baseline J on the way with the second effort. Robinson misses.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Williams. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And they pick up 2.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Jackson.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
The pass to Hart. Here's Melly. He's guarded by Bullock. Clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Melly missing. Knicks trail by 13. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina. It's deflected. Here's Hart. Nailed from three-point land. Hart's got 7 points in the game.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Robinson up top. Passes it to Knox. And he can't stop the run as he misses. New Orleans leading by 16. Williams kicks to Jackson. Pass to Hayes. 8 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Pass to Portis. Robinson down low. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for the New Orleans Pelicans. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke about his mindset.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So you try to stop the player in front of you and you try to deny him to score the basket. That's just the challenge, and that's what I love in this part of the game.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Jackson. He's out there with E'Twaun Moore. Hart is out there with Jahlil Okafor. And it's Melly in at the 4 spot. Here's Hart following the score by Dennis Smith. Lets a floater go. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 9 points.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues. And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
And the first one drops. When it comes to hustle and effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, with the win-or-loss in the balance?
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverley who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court, but those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
I mean, you got to know that he can get up just like that. Wow.
Here's Hart. Ellington defending. Teardrop shot. That one's not going to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. And here's Smith. 6 points for him. Rebounded by Jackson.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Hart, that's good.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Knicks trail by 14. Smith outside. And it's Melli with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. The pass to Hart. Pass to Okafor. Moore right side. And he misses his first shot.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Smith against Jackson. Pass to Knox from about 19 feet. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Knox has got his second bucket of the night.
That's an easy shot provided by Dennis Smith Jr.
Moore outside. Pass to Hart. Outside Jackson. Takes a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Smith against Jackson. Here's Knox. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Back to Smith. Outside Portis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jahlil Okafor. The Knicks have gone 0 for 3 in the game at the line, missing all previous chances.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
Robinson hits them both. And Brett, kind of a musical chairs situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise, this season moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Puts it up off the inbound. That one a little long. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. 15-point game. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Now here is Holiday. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
Free throw, good, Holiday. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Greg, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
All 3 throws, good from Drew Holiday.
I don't know if Drew Holiday's an underrated player, but he certainly is underappreciated with the way he can go at you as a two-way guy. He can score, and he can also guard positions 1 through 4.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 6. Left side, Gibson. To the wing on the left. Here's Barrett. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Barrett's got 7 points.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Ball dishes to Favors. On the wing, Holiday. And the call will be against Julius Randall. That's foul number 2 for him. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for the Knicks. Favors finds Redick. Five to shoot. There's the pass to Ball. Jacks up a 3. And the Pelicans miss again. Knicks trail by 15. Morris outside. Here's Barrett trying to get open as Gibson, and it's blocked.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Now here's Ball. Following the miss by Julius Randall. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight. The Knicks have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Ball against Payton. Outside Gibson. Wants to get it to Randall and does. It's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Six on the shot clock. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Randall. Randall can't get that one to fall.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Knocked loose and stolen by Payton. Kicks to Bullock. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Williams, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Passes it to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Payton outside from deep three-point range. Pelicans pull it in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Yep, it counts.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Here's Payton following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Bullock with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down low. Morris kicks to Barrett. No good from outside.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
Williams passes to Ingram. Back to Williams. Holiday finds Williams. Inside, here's Ball. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And the Pelicans lead by 21.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm, is very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Here's Ingram after R.J. Barrett's bucket. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Payton passes to Morris. Here's Randall, and the rejection by Favors. And he gets it back.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Now, Ball. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
Pelicans leading by 19 points. It's stolen by Barrett. He feeds it to Payton. Finished off the break.
Payton seems to have a knack for getting to the right spot, and this time predicted it.
Pass to Ingram. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 16 points for Brandon Ingram.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Payton against Ball. Second shot opportunity, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Randall. He's around 18 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Well, we've seen indications of Peyton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ntilikina's checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Hayes is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Ball with it. Now Peyton defending. Outside Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Randall's got 4 rebounds in this game. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Ntilikina. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. On the wing, Morris. He's covered by Ingram. Morris against Ingram. Morris, no good. New Orleans leading by 17. Pass to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there.
Like watching Randall get down, use that frame, and use those feet to move around defensively.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. New Orleans on top, leading by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start it was for Brandon Ingram. He had 16 points, 2 block shots, and 2 assists. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
We know Brandon Ingram is most effective when he's aggressive. I'm not talking about forcing things. I'm talking about the willingness to take over when you have the opportunity. He did that in the first half.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
Been aggressive to block shots, but also avoiding fouls. That's a heavy presence inside.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Barrett is out there with Peyton. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Randall in at the 4. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Gibson. Morris, left side. Shoots over Redick. They get the rebound. Second chance shot, and it's laid in by Randall. Randall's got his second bucket of the night.
So active and understanding more and more with his experience where to be to get offensive rebounds is Julius Randall.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
And here's Holiday following Marcus Morris's three.
Get down, Favors.
Now here is Holiday. 9 points in the game so far. Ball no good. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. And they need to avoid that.
Now here is Morris. Here's Payton. Out of hand on it.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
The pass to Redick. Launches a three. Here's Ingram. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up two. Ingram's got 18 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Favors against Gibson. Passes to Barrett. Here's the three. New York now working with the new shot clock. Yep, that one goes in there. That's 7 points for Marcus Morris.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Here's Redick. Again, the Pelicans score.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Payton. He has 6. To the paint. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Ball against Payton. On the wing, Holiday. Ingram trying to get open. Offline with his three. Randall down low. He's covered by Ingram. Randall with the bucket.
The strength and the quickness and now the confidence coming along as Randall's able to score.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player,
Superstar,
but
right.
you know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. A platoon swap here for New Orleans. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. If you look at the Knicks, they're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement.
And right now for the Knicks, they're already looking to the offseason. And that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
The body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind.
Here's Hart. He's got 13. Pass to Okafor. Pass to Jackson. There's the steal. For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Great long strides there from Kevin Knox and a beautiful hoop gliding down the floor in transition.
And here is Moore. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. Drew Holiday's checked in for New Orleans. Moore outside. Clock at 6. Pulls up. High post. No good on the shot. The Knicks go the other way with it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the coaching staff. Smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting a J.
Now here's Ellington, and it's blocked. Let's go. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Here is Ellington. Back to Smith, and then Smith with the dunk.
Now you can see why Dennis Smith Jr. was in the dunk contest. There's a highlight.
Pelicans leading by 10. Holiday up top, covered by Smith. Okafor kicks to Holiday. And the pass to Hart. Lets the three fly. Robinson pulls it in. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smith outside. Passes it to Robinson. Over Holiday. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Robinson.
When Dennis Smith Jr. is dropping those kind of passes, it's going to help the offense just run a bit more smooth.
Moore passes to Hart. Outside Holiday. Robinson with the block. In the corner, Knox with it. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Just way too easy as Kevin Knox rises up for the dunk.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
You just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right.
Food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture.
Here is Ellington. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Holiday against Smith. Releases. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Melly. And the Pelicans miss again.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 8. Outside Portis. The 3. Unable to get that one. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Ball's knocked loose. Inside, Okafor. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here's Hart. 13 points in the game. It's rebounded by New York. Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Knox. Three-pointer. Kept alive by New York. Portis can't get it to go. New Orleans leading by 6. And Robinson comes to help. Hart the pass to Melly. Off target from outside. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Ellington. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Smith. And the Pelicans with possession here. 3-point lead. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Drew Holiday. He's averaging 19 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Bucket is good. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Well, some rookies have been making a name for themselves on the glass this past month. Let's see who we're talking about. You look at Barrett, 3rd in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside. And, of course, Jackson Hayes. He's in that same group.
And they've each come into their own, I think, as rebounders during this stretch. I think they're getting used to the more physical nature of the NBA.
Now here's Okafor. No points in the game yet for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range, the Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. And then for New Orleans, J.J. Redick's checked in for Okafor. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Drew Holiday. Pass to Barrett. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, it's been an up-and-down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
First one falls for him.
Ntilikina, well-traveled, born in Belgium, growing up in France, and joined the NBA as the second youngest player in the league's history as a rookie.
Both shots good from the stripe. 1:21 left in the third quarter of the game. And there's the pass to Hayes. Here's Hart, defended by Gibson. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. The Pelicans making a switch here. Favors is checked in. New York on D. They trail by 3. Williams looking around. 5 on the clock. The 3 ball. Another shot. Hayes shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For New Orleans, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Hayes. And he makes both free throws. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Ball. Pass to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Outside for Redick. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Morris, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
The third quarter comes to a close. Pelicans lead by 7. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 7-point differential. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, they're back with Ball and Redick. He's out there with Favors, and it's Williams at the small forward. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
And so here is New York. Derek Favors missing from long range. And stolen by Redick. Dishes it to Ball. 6 to shoot. The shot missing. Great D that time from Gibson. Here's Bullock. Lays it up off the glass. Ball with it. Down low. The shot's good from Hayes.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's Ntilikina. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The drive by Redick. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And the Knicks making a change here. Randall's checked in, and the Pelicans making a change here as well. Ingram, he's checked in for Williams. On defense, the Knicks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Ingram attacking. That shot off the mark.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And what a basket by Barrett, looking unafraid to take on these difficult challenges down low.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
And that one falls for Barrett. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Now here's Payton. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Morris outside. Back to Payton. Shot clock at 6. No good on that one. Pelicans leading by 4. Redick for 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's Randall with the drive. Good on the shot.
Randall sneaks up on you athletically with that frame. You could argue he's at his best when he's in attack mode.
Now Ball. Floats one up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
I tell you what, it's scary when you think about how much room Ball has to grow when you factor in how efficient he is already.
New Orleans making a switch here. Hart's checked in. That one misses. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Knicks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
So it's the Pelicans now, following the score by New York. It's stolen by Barrett. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. For New Orleans, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. For New York, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on J.J. Redick.
Oh, great ball movement there. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. It means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Now here's Payton. The feed now to Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Ingram against Randall. It was shot by Redick, no good. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 14-5 run here. Now, here's Barrett. Here's Gibson. Rebounded by Hart. New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ball against Morris. Ball no good. For New York, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And stolen by Favors. And here is Ball. Favors dishes to Ingram. And it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
And the speed of Ingram makes him a nightmare for defenses in pick and rolls, constantly keeping them guessing.
Now, here is Morris. Left side, Gibson. He kicks it to Payton. Looking to end his cold spell. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And you have to like how they're getting the ball inside this half. They didn't have as much success in the paint earlier, but they're finally getting it done down low.
Shot's good from Payton. Here is Favors. Now the dish to Ingram. Back to Favors. And he lays it straight in.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Pass to Gibson. Now here's Randall. And that one, good. Randall's got the lead up to 3 now for New York.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Ingram against Randall. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ball with it. To the inside. Redick. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Ball against Payton. Kicks to Barrett. Pass to Morris. Randall outside. Shot clock at 5. Up top Morris. Covered by Redick.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Ball slams it in.
Gotta respect how quickly Ball gets to the rack. I mean, if you give him the lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it quickly.
That one goes. Count it. And that's now 18 points for R.J. Barrett.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Here's Ball. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Payton attacking. Morris outside. The pass to Gibson. That one good for 2.
Tough to throw Gibson off. When he's looking to score, he powers through whatever defense is there and gets it done.
Ball kicks to Redick. That's tipped. Back to Ball. Here's Hart. Outside, Redick. Over Gibson. The offensive rebound. And that one's good by Favors. And the Pelicans lead by 1. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Now here's Payton, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against New Orleans. And he makes the first. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And shaking his head moment there, had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
Count the basket. And that's 12 points for Lonzo Ball.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
Now here's Gibson. Here's Barrett. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Barrett's got 20 points.
And, you know, that's what the scouts have always loved about Barrett, that alpha mentality and his ability to rise to the occasion.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Ingram.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Passes it to Hart. Back to Ball. Here by New Orleans. Redick finds Ball. 5 on the clock. Pass to Ingram. Lets it go with the 3. That one doesn't go. And New York will come the other way. Randall passes to Barrett. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, Ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, especially when the break is on.
Barrett. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Pelicans. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. New Orleans has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Good work defensively by Morris. And stolen by Favors. Ball with it, picked up by Barrett. And Holiday throws it down.
And really, that is a tremendous shot by Holiday there. His team really has momentum now.
Knicks trail by 3. Now Payton to the right side. Randall down low. He's covered by Ingram. Randall no good. Here's Ball. Sweet little floater. Ball's got 12 points here in the second half.
And how about the confidence with which Ball plays? I mean, he just seems so much more comfortable taking and making those big shots. This guy is a flat-out winner.
56 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Now here is Holiday out to the right wing. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Great D that time from Gibson. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Morris into the lane. Money!
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now here is Holiday. Kept alive. Favors. Great D that time from Gibson. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th.
three, and nothing but a three will do here.
Now, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Here's Randall. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They lead by 1. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seven seconds left in the game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting 2.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. New York calls timeout. They trail by 2. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And so it's New York with it. Payton finds Gibson. And the wide open shot from Morris. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a double. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Derek. Congrats on the win. I know the season can be a grind, but it looked like you guys were having fun out there.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's always fun to win. I'm just coming out here playing my game. Rebounding, defense, that's my game. And coach trusts me, so I couldn't let him down.
Yes, this is an up-and-coming team, and you guys really showed well tonight. Congrats, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.